Hello everyone, welcome back to Obadiah's Secrets Revealed. My name is Selwyn Aguilera, the author of Obadiah's Secrets. And today we will be looking at chapter 1. But before we do, I have a few additional comments about the book cover. You will notice that in the back of the book, there is a statement that the book is a story spanning many generations and for many generations. Because of the wide age range of the intended audience for the book, I wanted to ensure that the line spacing and the font size of the book is appropriate for all ages. So the younger ones and the older ones. Usually when you pick up a novel, you flip through the pages, and one of the turnoffs of a book could be the line spacing and the font size. Sometimes you feel as if you cannot read this book because there are just too many words. So I hope that when you pick up the book feels accessible, the book feels as if you can finish the book. Because as I said before, this book is intended for an audience of many generations. There is also information on the cover that hints to a possibility of another book down the road, but we will see how that goes. Also, these additional facts about the cover do not include the 3 additional things about the book cover that I spoke about in the previous video. Before we go to chapter 1, I just have one comment about the preface or the preface, depending on how you pronounce the word. I used examples of individuals and events that occurred before the time of Obadiah. So when I spoke about Moses, when I spoke about David, when I spoke about Solomon, I limited the examples to those times because I wanted to limit the scope of information that we should be accessing while reading the book. Remember, I have a self-imposed limitation on what information would be available to Obadiah and also to someone who lived around his time. Now we get to chapter 1. Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4 and part of chapter 5 is free to read on Amazon using the Amazon Look Inside feature for Obadiah's Secrets. The first sentence, I believe it was an inspiration from the Lord. That statement is so weighty, and I would love to know what your initial thoughts and feelings were when you read that statement. So the chapter opens up with Obadiah, and Obadiah seems to be a bit distracted, but we get an idea of who he is and what he does. We are also introduced to the young man, and we see the relationship between Obadiah and the young man. We get a backstory and we see the motivation behind what the young man was trying to accomplish. There is also a statement that hints to Obadiah's first secret. Obadiah's first secret. If the chapter seems a bit confusing to you, it was deliberately meant to have an air of confusion because it is in line with the plot. The young man experienced true tragedy in his life, and I wanted the book in some way to try to address how these traumatic and tragic events that happen to us as younger children go on to affect our decisions later on in life, and to show that we need to be very careful as parents how we manage the events that happen to younger children. So the life of the young man is the life of an individual experiencing tragedy, and how God at times would want to come and heal and deliver from the pain and from some of the effects of these things. So finally, in chapter 1, One of the things that you may or may not have realized is that Obadiah speaks in full formal sentences. He does not use contractions in his words, as opposed to the young man who at times speaks formally, but at other times he would use contractions. This was something that I deliberately did. As a matter of fact, I had to go back and rewrite some of Obadiah's dialogue because initially I used contractions. So that's an interesting fact about Obadiah and the book and his dialogue. So don't forget, if you have not purchased Obadiah's Secrets as yet, you can go to Amazon.com, the link is below, and you can purchase either hardcover, paperback, or ebook. If you live in Trinidad and Tobago, at this recording, I have a few more hard copies of the book, so you can go to the Obadiah's Secrets website and place your order, and you will get an autographed copy. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video with some more secrets. So keep reading and read closely, because you may have just skimmed past Obadiah's secrets.